welcome guys to another episode or lesson here on social media marketing for churches. And I'm so happy to be here. Once again, I'm Claude Bailey. I'm going to give you guys a quick lesson here on how to set up your church's social media profile for success. So I'm excited to be here. So please, guys, leave any comments you have in the chat. If you're watching this live or you're watching this recorded, feel free to leave the comments in the chat. I will respond back to even the comments that are left after you watch the recording. So feel free to do so. I will comment back to you and reply back to you. All right, so I want to jump in really quick because I don't want to waste too much time here, as we got a lot of good information that I want to share with you, and I really want you guys to get to be able to receive this, and I want you to be able to write it down. So get a pencil and paper. Open up your laptop, open up a second screen, a split screen, whatever you gotta do. Put another portion on your laptop. Put another. If you got two screens, two monitors, put some notes on the other monitor so you can take notes at the same time. So this is gonna be very vital. I think you guys are gonna really enjoy this. So today here, once again, I said we're gonna here to talk about how to set up your church social media profiles for success. So I got a question for you. If someone discover your church on social media today, would they know who you are, who you serve, and what they should do next? Let me know down in the chat. Go ahead, live or record it. Let me know, make a comment. If someone discover your church on social media today, what would they know? Would they know who you are, who you serve, and what they should do next? Go ahead and leave that comment and text. Let me know if you think. I want to know what you think. I want to read the comments here as they come through live too as well. So just let me know what you think. We greatly appreciate the comments here to keep us interactive. Okay, as you are typing that down, I want to really jump in. So I know a lot of people, and I'm going to give you a live example later. I know a lot of people, when they look at a social media profile setup, they do the bare minimum. They say, hey, here's who we are. But they don't take a lot of time in really strategizing and figuring out exactly what they should say to make the viewer know who you are, trust you, and connect with you, right? And so the profile is really what helps the viewers begin that connection with you. It builds that trust factor. And so what I did was I came up with a profile framework that I want to share with you guys, and it's pretty simple. It's get found, so trust and connect. Found, trust, connect. So your profile should do these three things. It should help people immediately identify who you are, right? Trust. Does your profile make your church look active and authentic and welcoming? All right. So that's what the profile does too as well. And then connect. Will it connect with them? Is there a obvious next step for them to connect, to receive more content, to get closer to you, to your church, right? To your activities, to your events. So your profile isn't just a profile. It's the front door to your church. So if we think about it that way, right, and we make a great first impression, help people take the next step, that's what our profile should be doing. So really, can people immediately identify who you are, trust you, right? Does your brand, does your church profile give a sense of trust? And then are they able to connect with you by knowing exactly what is the next step? All right, and so we're going to deep dive into this more as we go. I got about 8 steps I want to walk you through and how to really truly optimize your social media profiles for success. So there's 8 steps I'm going to walk you through right now. So make now, get your pencil and paper or get your notepad open, and I want you to take some notes. All right. So step 1, use a consistent church name. Now, this might sound obvious, but sometimes it's not executed very well. And so you may have seen, so for example, let's say I have a church called God's Christian Church, right? And so on my Facebook page says God's Christian Church, but my Instagram, because maybe, it was taken or something, it says GCC Ministries, all right? Some people may know that, may not know what that is, right? And then I got my YouTube channel that says God Christian Ministries, right? And then I got a website that says godschristianchurch.org. So look at that example. Can you see a consistency in the naming on the left-hand side, right? It's kind of different. Similar but different. Now, a better way of make sure that you have the consistent name through all your social media profiles and your channel names and your handles is look at Facebook, right? God's Christian Church. Instagram says God's Christian Church. YouTube says God's Christian Church, and website says God's Christian Church. Consistent, consistent. That builds trust. That builds, trust in you, and also identifies exactly who you are when your name is consistent. Now, I know sometimes it might be difficult because your name might be taking, might did it later, but literally, well, if we were doing this from scratch, you want to make sure it's all consistent. Now, if you can't do it from scratch, you kind of want to make sure if you have, let's say your Instagram is GCC, right, at GCC or at G Christian Church, you kind of want to make sure that that G Christian Church somewhere in your Facebook profile so that people know that that's who you are, right? So you kind of want to make sure that it all comes together if you have different names. So ideally, all the same name for your social media profile names and handles, okay? If you have any questions about that, let me know in the chat. So consistency creates recognition, and recognition helps create trust. That's the bottom line for make sure you have consistent name throughout your social media profiles and handles. All right, step 2, choose the right profile picture. Now, what should I choose, right? Now, ideally, the best thing for you to choose, right, is your church logo. I know people are probably thinking, well, should I show my pastor's picture on there? Should I show the picture of the church building? Should I show a picture of the worship service or a Bible verse or some kind of event we got coming up? I've seen it all. You've seen it all. If you look, you'll see all these things and many other things as well, right? But let's keep it really consistent. Now, I know sometimes the word marketing and branding might not sound great for churches and ministers and pastors because they think, it's too secular, it's too commercial. But what we're trying to do is truly, you're trying to make a brand for your church, right? A church is something that's everlasting. It's not necessarily just for one pastor. You might be the founding pastor, you could be the boss of the bishop, you could found the church. But ideally, you want to leave a legacy. That church should continue to move on after you. So if you were to disappear, then your face disappears off the church profiles, and then no one knows that church because it's identified with you, the pastor, or whoever started the church. But if you use your profile, your logo as your profile, then it's consistency. And now it's the church body and not just the person, okay? The church is a body of believers that come together, right? We are in the body of Christ. So you want to show a logo of your church, right? Instead of a pastor or a building or some worship service of those type of nature. So while profile picture appear extremely small, it's a complicated photograph becomes almost impossible to recognize if you use a profile picture of a person. So you want to make sure you have a branding logo that you all like, and it's going to be your logo moving forward in your social media profiles, right? Because a couple practical recommendations here. You want a high contrast, minimum text, clean background, square design, important elements centered. Very simple, okay? Because your profile should identify you, not explain you, though. That's another key point I want to mention to you. Okay? All right, let's move on to step 3. Use the cover banner to communicate the mission. All right, so the banner has a different job than the profile picture. The profile picture answers who you are, and the banner can answer, why should I care? Right? So they see who you are, your logo, Christian Church, but the banner should say, why should I care about you? And so potentially banner messages that you have, helping families grow in faith together, right? Why should I care? Because we're helping families grow in faith together. Why should I care? Loving God, love people, make disciples, right? So you can see here an example here for YouTube. The banner could communicate the church name, obviously, God's Christian Church, helping people know Christ and grow together, right? And then you put in there a live stream Sundays, 10:30 a.m., whatever time you live stream your services. And so it tells them specifically who you are, why they should care about you, and the next step of how they continue to get more content from you, okay? Other examples, helping families grow in faith together, love God, love people. So these are 3 things. Now the key principle here that I want you to know is don't turn the banner into a church bulletin, though. Don't just list all your services, Bible study here, Bible study now. If you got like you live stream Sunday service and you live stream Bible study service, put that on there, put those two things on there. But don't make it too overcomplicated. We got a whole list. Friday nights we got this service, Saturday night we got that service. The basic services, people know how to get in contact with you, because what we're going to talk about a little bit later is how to add more of what you do inside your profile setup. But keep it simple enough to understand in 3 to 5 seconds. So if someone can look at your banner in 3 to 5 seconds and know exactly who you are, why they should care, and how to get more content from you, then that's all you need. 3 to 5 seconds. All right. Okay. Step 4. Now we got to write a focused bio. All right. Now this is the key, because this bio I have seen that could be very simple. Like, we are God's Christian Church, serving the people, making disciples. All right. Or I've seen something like this. Welcome to the official social media page of God's Christian Church Ministries International Incorporated, founded in 1987 under the leadership of Bishop Claude Bell. I'm not a bishop, I'm just making that up, by the way. So what church history? That's church history. We don't want church history in the bio. Okay? What we want is why people should care. Again, write the bio for the person who doesn't know your church yet, not just your existing members. Why should they care? So here's a very simple formula I want to walk you through that you can use. So you want to say the who you are, and who you help in your bio. What you and what you believe. What you do and what you believe, sorry. Okay? Where you're located, and next step, what you want them to do next. So here's a very quick example. Right? Helping families know Jesus and grow in faith together. We worship with us on Sundays at 10:30 a.m. in Detroit, Michigan. Plan your visit. Very simple, very short. If you don't have a lot of characters, you can put it into a bio. Right? If you have more characters you can put in the bio, depending on what social media platform you're using, you can say something a little bit longer, more descriptive. We are a Christ-centered church helping individuals and families know Jesus, grow in their faith, and share the gospel with others. Join us Sundays at 10:30 a.m. in Detroit, Michigan. Right? And then if you have even more room, you can actually put your full address in there. It all depends on how much description you have. But this is the formula: the who, the what, the where, and the next step. Okay? If you're following along with me, write that down in the chat, even if you're on a recorded line. The formula is who, what, where, next step for your bio. All right? All right, step 5. Let's talk about make your locations and service times obvious. Okay, so they read in your content, they see your recorded live stream, recorded service. Okay, dude, when are the actual church services? We don't want them to take forever to figure out, when you're actually going to go live stream, right? So we want to make it so obvious that it does take them that long to know, every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. they live stream, right? And so how do we do that? We put that in our social media profile, right, as well. Don't make people hunt. At minimum, they should quickly find your city and your location. If you're in Detroit, Michigan, Tampa, Florida, Columbus, Ohio, Dallas, Texas, San Diego, California, wherever it may be, make it very plain and right in front of them and obvious. Sunday service time, when do you meet? Website, where can they learn more? Make sure your website's on there. And depending on the platform, include all the full address and where appropriate. So someone shouldn't have to watch 3 videos, right, an example, to visit visit 2 websites to figure out when your church actually starts in live streams. Okay, it should be very obvious, very upfront, right in the profile. City, location, full address if you have room, service time, website, and the appropriate next step. Okay? All right. Step number 6. Give them only primary next step. Give them one primary next step, right? And so what I mean by that, a lot of times you might say, hey, visit our website. Here's a donation link. Here's a watch link. Here's a registration link. Here's a prayer link. Here's an events link. Here's a small groups link. Here's a podcast link. Here's a store link. Here's a newsletter link. Here's a download app link. Here's a read the Bible link. Connect with us link. Here's a volunteer link. All in your description of your post, and especially if you're on YouTube or a ball in your profiles. You got like 15 links. And I'm telling you, if you give people too many choices, you will make them confused. So it's best to simplify them into the one primary thing that you want them to do. And it should be the natural next step, right? And it could be plan your visit or learn more about our church, right? One simple button, one simple link, plan your visit, or learn more about the church. Now, I would personally, depending on these people, if I was going it, I'm thinking of it as, you're trying to build a relationship with somebody, right? And so you want to slowly walk them and guide them down the path, right? Because they're going to be skeptical, they're going to be nervous, they want to know more about you than just showing up at your church, right? So they might watch one video, two videos to get to know who you are, and they might say, hey, you know what, I want to come visit. Or they might say, you know what, I want to learn more about your church. And there you can have more content about more about your church, about your pastor, about, about your activities, about your events, about your service times, all that good stuff, and how to fit. And then you can also have plan your visit there. So then they get there, they can plan their visit. So I personally like learn more about our church, okay? Because if they want to come visit you, you already have your address and all that stuff in your social media profile. They're going to see that, okay? But I want you to make one clear primary call to action. CTA stands for call to action. So you make one primary call to action, and here you got to plan your visit or learn more about our church, which take them to our website, for instance. Something very simple. So keep it simple and keep it clear. All right. So step 7, we're going to set up your future content. So this kind of goes along with learn more about your church, right? Because when you do something like that, what you can do is say in your social media profiles, you can pin specific posts, or you can make these featured posts, right? And so whenever someone goes to your profile for the first time, they have these videos or they have these posts that are pinned, that are top of the list, so that they see them, and they could be things like, who are you? It could be a short welcome video from your pastor. It could be, what should I expect when I come to your church? Remember, you're saying, learn more about my church. It could be click a button, go straight to the social media profile, go to your website. Or how can I get connected, right? You just get these short videos, and it helps them. And so the philosophy is this. You want to welcome them. You want to give them what to expect. And then you want to move them down to plan your visit. So that's why I say I like the call to action on your social media profile, like learn more about our church, right? So that they click on that, and then you can welcome them, let them know what to expect, and they can plan a visit. So how to look on Instagram, right? You can have a welcome visit. You got a pin, what to expect, plan your visit, and then you got more button. On Facebook, you got features, right? You can feature those three videos, welcome, what to expect, and how to plan your visit, right? YouTube, you can do the same thing, feature, welcome, what to expect, and how to plan your visit. So those are things that content that you would create that'll be evergreen. You do it one time. Those 3 videos, you feature them, they're on there, they're part of your link, part of your profile, wherever they go. You can even put it on your website. Same concept. So wherever they go, first time visitor, know welcome, what to expect, how to plan a visit. Okay? All right. Last step of creating a social media profile for success. All right. So check your links. Guys, I've done it. I've linked stuff or had profiles. I moved links around and forgot to go back and fix them. Check your links. Check your website link, plan your visit link, your giving link, your live stream link, your contact information link, your link in your bio page. Check your links. Ask people to check your profiles and check out the links to make sure not any broken links or links that go somewhere else they're not supposed to go to. Ask, when was the last time you actually clicked the links on your church social profiles? Right? Go check them. Ask your church leaders to help. Ask some of your trusted members of the church to help. Whatever you got to do to make sure that those links do not go to dead ends. They lead people closer to Jesus instead of to a dead end. All right? Old domains, old pastors, leadership info, outdated service times, broken links, event registration pages that are expired, seasonal content that is no longer relevant. Those are things you want to check for. All right? Okay. Those are the 8 steps. Now, if you have any questions about that, please let me know in the comments. I would greatly love to hear what you guys have to say. All right, now, so I want to those are the 8 steps. I want to summarize this a little bit, make it clear for you, kind of give you like a 1-page quick win here. So if you're using Facebook as your primary social media channel, right, you want to make sure you pay attention to your profile and your logo, pay attention to your cover image, your about information, your address, service information, your website, your CTA links that you have there, and make sure you have feature pin content. If you don't have some, that's okay. Create some. All right. They don't have to be long videos. You can even start out with a post. Write it if that's easier for you. Some people love to do video because it's easy for them to do video. Or you can write it out first. Doesn't matter. Just get something out, feature it, and then you can expand upon it, improve upon it. Okay? Instagram. Focus heavily on profile photo, your username, name field, your bio, your link, your pin posts, and your highlights. Okay? So here's an example, and I got examples of each one below the social media channels. And then you have YouTube, obviously. You want to optimize your channel name, your handle, your profile image, your banner, your about description, your links, your featured video, and your playlists. That's a beautiful thing about YouTube. You can have playlists, right? And playlists are key. Playlists are searchable, especially if you do themes with your sermons or themes with your Bible study. You can use these playlists to help with organic reach and organic traffic. Also, you can use it as start here. So here's an example. So you can have a playlist that says start here, and it could be your welcome video, your what to expect next video, and have plan your visit video, right? That could be one of your playlists. This gives people a quick way where to go, where to start, how to know more about you. All right? Okay. Now, what I would like to do is do a live example for you of going through a church profile. So let's pull something up here. All right. So here's a church, New St. Paul Missionary Baptist Church. This is a random church. I have no affiliation with this church. This is a random church I pull up on Facebook. I said churches in Detroit, Michigan. And this still pulled up. And this is one that pulled up. Looks like it has a pretty decent profile. They got, over close to 4,000 followers. And they're following 32. So what do we see here? So we see the name. So we want to look at, remember, we're going through this example here with you live because I want to show you how to find, the framework. Found, trust, connect, right? Can I tell the church name? Can I tell the church name, location, and what it is, right? So you got the church name, found. Church location. Where's that? Okay, right here in Warren, Michigan. All right, that's the address. What else we need? All right. And what is it? It's a church. It's a Baptist church. Okay. Now, if I would go to About, click here on About. Intro. Pastor Christopher and First Lady Sharon Murray, stay connected with us now. We just went over this. Right, there's not much there. Category. You don't have to worry about these details. Not much there. Links to the website, which is fine. One simple link. This is the website link. Now, I'm not going to knock it. Right? All right, looks pretty decent. So, what do we see here? So, get found. We got the name. We got the location. Trust. Does it look correct? Current, active, welcoming, and professional. So, how do we tell that? Well, you just go through the post. You see, we had posted yesterday. 2 days ago. So the social media profile looks relevant, right? So it looks active. So that looks active. So that's a plus. Connect. Do I know exactly what to do next? Well, they don't explicitly say it, but I figure if you want to get more information, they say connect with us, right? Connect with us on social media, right? So you click on that link. A Linktree link. All right, so now they got events. So now it talks more about some of the events. Get tickets for Momentum 2025. Now, check your links, people. Check your links, right? This is outdated. This is 2025. We're in 2026, according to this video, live. During the service via YouTube. Okay. I don't know what time. Though. They don't tell me what time. NSP Detroit on TikTok. NSP Detroit Facebook. New St. Paul Missionary Baptist Church, NSP Detroit Instagram. So you got the links here, but it doesn't really give me a lot about who they are, right? So if I were to go back, can I go back? So that's where they want me to go, but I automatically see that I got some old, outdated, irrelevant content, right? So if I would go to their website, because it's the next link. So now I'm like, 1 second. 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 1 Is it loading still or not loading? Is this relevant or not? Right? These are things that, someone might look at and say, huh, they do a pretty good job of placing content on Facebook, right? That's definitely, they're definitely active there. So they'll seem to be legit. Just some of the stuff is outdated, and it's gonna make you got 4,000 followers, and there's some of the things are outdated here. So one thing I would do is make sure that this Linktree link is going to stuff that's really, really content. So here's what I would do if I was giving suggestions for this. Um, is I would say, okay, great, eliminate this because we don't need this anymore. It's outdated. Join us on Church Sunday on YouTube. I click that. This page is available. Sorry, bad link. Remember, I told you guys check your links, man. I didn't look. This is random. I had no clue that this was going to happen. I was hoping it would be either a good or a bad example, but see, the link is bad, right? Link is no good, all right? I'm not. I don't even want to click on these other links. I'm done, right? One link, good. The one I got this, and I click that. I had no clue what time they on service, right? I go back to their Facebook page. I don't know when they actually go live, right? It doesn't tell me when they go live here, So this is what I'm talking about, guys. You gotta make sure that you have that stuff and people know when you go live. I clicked on the link, it didn't go live. So that's the live example. If you want me to do a live example for you, for your church, totally free. Hey, I'm gonna put a description in the link. Join our free community. I like this. I'll put those in the link so it's a little bit more private, especially if I know it's you, and you can have the community also give you feedback as well. But if you join my free community, I'll show you the links in the description. Join my free community, Kingdom Growth community, and you put your church in there. If you want me to do a church profile audit for you, I'll do that, record a video for you, and put it back to you. So that's one benefit of joining our community. It is free. I'm truly here to help you guys circulate the gospel, because that is our great commission. All right. So I thought that was a good example. You have any more questions about that? All right. So here's your summarized profile media checklist. Screenshot this if you want to, or write all this stuff down. So here's what I want you to do. Remember, same recognizable church name across all platforms, consistent username handle where possible, clear church logo, simple branded banner, visitor focused bio, correct city location, current service times, correct website, one clear primary CTA, make sure the links are working, and welcome content pin featured, and current contact information. So I don't want you guys to get overwhelmed. If you guys got like 3 or 4 different channels out there, just start with one. Start with your primary channel. In my mind, especially if you're live streaming, wherever you're live streaming to, either Facebook, YouTube, maybe doing both. I will start off with YouTube. Make sure that's legit. Make sure that's good, and then go to Facebook. All right. So open your church primary. So what I want you to do is open your church primary social media account and go through this checklist with your church leaders or by yourself today and make sure everything's good. Don't try to fix all your platforms at once. Start with your primary platform, then move on to your other platforms one by one. Get one fixed, and then move on to the next one next. Okay? You have any questions, please let me know. So once again, guys, this whole thing here, remember, here at Circulate the Gospel, our mission is to help church leaders, churches, to circulate the good news of Jesus Christ, right? To fulfill the Great Commission. And platforms, social media is the technology now that we can use to help us do that, right? God gave us this technology to help us spread the gospel to more people faster and quicker and give them more exposure, right? The mission hasn't changed, but technology has, and it's to our favor. Social media is not bad. Social media is not good. It's how you handle it. Social media is a tool, right? It is a tool. If you use a tool for good, you'll get good results. If you use a tool for bad, you'll get bad results. So social media is just a tool. All right. It's not about the platform. It's about the purpose. Remember, our mission here is to circulate the gospel. And so social media is how we do that. It's one way of how we do that. And I want to make sure that your social media profiles are successful because that's going to help you grow your church and make more disciples in your community. And ultimately, the body of Christ and God's kingdom gets bigger and larger, and we all can enjoy God's love. All right, so closing remarks here, closing challenge. I want you to have this assignment, guys. Please, please, please look at your church social media profiles, go through the checklist, see if it matches up to the framework. Can people find you? Not only can they find you, but they know who you are. Trust, does your profile build trust? Is it easy to know what to do next from your social media profiles? Connect. Make at least 3 improvements before you publish another post, guys. And remember, if you need any help, if you want any help from me or from the community, I started a brand new community. It's called Kingdom Growth Community. All you gotta do is click on the link that's in the description here, and that you'll be able to get to that community. Sign up for free. Just a simple email, name. That's all you need to get in, and we can start helping you. With the social media profiles and getting everything up and running smoothly and nice, so that you can go out there and have a nice, focused identity on social media that people will know, like, and trust. All right. Thank you guys so much. Please leave in the comments if you have any comments in the comment section. I will reply to the comments or any questions you have in there. Even if you leave in comments watching this recording, please feel free to do so. God bless you all, and you all have a blessed night or blessed day, wherever you are. Have a blessed, blessed, blessed week. Until next week. Bye now.